Imagine this. Your childhood friend just landed a job in Germany. Your cousin is applying for a student visa to Canada. Your neighbor is selling their house and moving to Australia. And every time you open Instagram, someone else is starting over abroad to build a new life far away from home. Germany, Canada, and Australia. It's happening so often that it stopped being surprising now. But behind every packed suitcase is a deeper story, a quiet confession. I don't see a future for myself here. This isn't just a trend, it's a symptom, a signal, a warning. And it's reshaping the identity of a rising India. So why is the world's fastest growing major economy also the one people are quietly walking away from? Let's break it down. India is witnessing one of the largest voluntary migrations in the modern world. In 2022, over 2.5 million Indians moved abroad, according to the Ministry of External Affairs. The United Nations estimates that India has the largest diaspora on the planet, over 18 million people. But if you include persons of Indian origin, this number rises to over 32 million. More notably, this isn't a temporary migration. Over 150,000 Indians gave up their Indian citizenship in 2022 alone, the highest on record. Meanwhile, more than 750,000 Indian students went abroad in 2023, according to the Ministry of Education. The demand for international degrees is so high that Indian students now represent the largest group of international students in countries like Canada and Australia. This exodus reaches professionals from every sector: engineers, doctors, scientists, teachers, and IT professionals, and spans every socio-economic background. It's not just the ultra-rich or the desperately poor that are leaving or trying to leave. Middle-class families are playing a pivotal role in this migration trend. They are often taking loans or spending lifelong savings to send their children abroad. In Canada alone, nearly 40% of Indian international students apply for permanent residency within 5 years of arriving, signaling a long-term intent to settle. The US National Science Foundation reports that Indians are now the second largest group of foreign-born scientists and engineers in the United States. In Silicon Valley, nearly 8% of all tech startup founders are of Indian origin. In the UK, Indians represent the largest group of non-EU healthcare workers. And in the Gulf, Indian blue-collar workers form the backbone of construction and service industries. Meanwhile, affluent Indians are investing in golden visa programs in countries like Portugal, Greece, and the UAE. These visas provide fast-track residency or citizenship in exchange for significant economic investment. Over 3.5 million Indians now live in the UAE alone. Many are leaving because of a growing gap between potential and opportunity. India's graduate unemployment rate hovered around 17% in 2023. Compare that with 5% in Germany or 3.7% in the US, and it's easy to see why freshly minted engineers and MBAs are frustrated. Even when jobs are available in India, the salaries often don't match the rising cost of living. A software engineer in Bangalore might earn 8 to 12 lakh rupees a year, while the same role in Toronto pays 70 to 90,000 Canadian dollars, or 40 to 50 lakh rupees. And with the rupee weakening, the incentive only grows stronger. Quality of life also plays a major role. India ranked 132 out of 191 countries on the UN Human Development Index in 2022. Canada ranked 15th, Germany was 9th, and Australia was 5th. These rankings take into account health, education, income, and overall standard of living. Then there's the frustration with daily life: corruption, bureaucracy, slow justice, poor infrastructure, and safety concerns. Many leave because they feel suffocated, especially women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and religious minorities who find it difficult to live freely. India ranked 161 out of 180 countries on the 2023 World Press Freedom Index. For many, the inability to speak openly, live authentically, or protest safely becomes the final straw. Canada continues to be a favorite. In 2024, over 127,320 Indians became permanent residents there. The country's express entry system, student visa pathways, and relatively welcoming immigration policies make it a magnet for Indian professionals and students. Germany is also rising fast as a destination for engineers, researchers, and vocational workers, thanks to its aging population and need for skilled immigrants. Australia and the UK also remain strongholds for education and healthcare. In the US, despite tightening immigration rules, Indians still make up over 75% of all H-1B visa holders. Many also use the L1 intra-company transfer route to move through multinational firms. Dubai and Singapore attract India's business class due to low taxes, high-quality infrastructure, and proximity to India. Countries like Portugal and Greece offer residency in exchange for real estate investment, which is appealing to India's upper middle class investors. Indian migration isn't new. Waves of movement to the UK and Africa started as early as the 19th century. But the new, massive and economically diverse wave accelerated significantly after 2014. What changed? Rising awareness of global opportunities through social media and digital access played a huge role. Stagnant wages, political polarization, corruption, and stress over exams, job competition, and social instability have pushed many to look beyond India's borders. The pandemic was another catalyst. It revealed the fragility of India's public healthcare and employment safety nets. And for younger Indians, especially Gen Z, there is a growing feeling that they are better off living in systems where rules work, identities are respected, and futures feel more certain. Now, it is important to recognize that India also offers advantages. Family support in India is unparalleled. Working couples can often rely on grandparents or extended family to help with childcare, something that's rare and prohibitively expensive in countries like the US or the UK, where daycare can cost upwards of 1.5 lakh rupees per month. Domestic help is accessible and affordable in India, reducing pressure on households. Food, transport, and housing costs, though rising, are still far lower in many Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities compared to Western metros. India's tech innovation is also quite remarkable. The UPI system has revolutionized digital payments in a way that countries like the US are still struggling to match. India's startup ecosystem is the third largest in the world, and its space program achieved the remarkable feat of reaching the moon with a budget smaller than a Hollywood blockbuster. However, having spent some time closely observing the lives of friends who have settled abroad, I've noticed something striking. Many of them constantly share nostalgic posts, sad Instagram stories, or memes about missing India, its festivals, food, or the simple joy of sitting with family. Some of them go to great lengths to recreate those moments in a foreign land. They look for restaurants that serve home-style dal, light diyas on Diwali, and try to keep their children rooted in Indian values. Yet, despite this emotional tug, almost none of them ever seriously talk about coming back. The few who do return tend to be people who deeply value family and community life. I know of a woman who brought her 2 kids back from the US because they were entering their teens, and she was getting extremely concerned about the bullying they faced, the drugs openly accessible in schools, and the very liberal dating culture. She wanted her children to grow up with a stronger sense of grounding, something she believed India could still offer. But stories like hers are rare. Most people settle abroad despite the emotional ache, because for them, the system works better, even if the heart doesn't always agree. However, the cracks are now widening. India spends just around $70 per capita on public health care, compared to Germany's $4,000 or Canada's $3,500. Pollution levels in major Indian cities remain among the highest in the world. Public transport, while improving with projects like metro expansions, still lags behind cities like Seoul or Singapore. The Indian legal system is slow and overburdened. Infrastructure in rural areas remains underdeveloped. And despite economic growth, inequality has widened. India is now home to both the third highest number of billionaires and one of the world's largest populations living below the poverty line. Leaving India isn't about giving up, just as staying here isn't a badge of honor. These are deeply personal decisions, shaped by dreams, challenges, and what people envision for their lives and families. But the larger question remains: should someone have to leave their homeland to live with dignity, safety, and opportunity? If India is to retain its dreamers, builders, and change makers, it must offer more than pride and potential. It must offer functional systems, equitable growth, cleaner air, better public services, and a social contract that works for everyone. Until then, the exits will remain crowded, not just with people, but also with promise.